Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Nerd Den here, and surprise, it's not a Doctor Who video, but at the same time, it's not necessarily a good news video for Star Wars fans, and it looks like that the Disney Plus series that was announced for Obi Wan Kenobi, we got Ewan McGregor coming back as Obi Wan Kenobi, and it sounded like a promising series that was going to explore, obviously, the events between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope. So we would have had Obi-Wan Kenobi exiled on Tatooine. Yeah, past tense, because it looks like that series has been put on hold, and I know it sucks, and honestly, upon reading this on social media, I was like, well, I've got to make a video about this because I'm a huge Star Wars fan. I absolutely love the prequels, and more importantly, I love the casting of Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan Kenobi. But I just couldn't get my head around why they decided to cancel, or potentially, well, just put it on hold for now, but let's be honest, when they put a show on hold, it never normally gets out into production, or if it does, it's completely different. So, I'm going to be trying to talk about this today. It's breaking news, to be honest. There were rumours about some bad Star Wars news coming along, and people weren't expecting it to be about Kenobi. People thought that, the movies that have been announced for 2022 and beyond would have been cancelled, but oh my god, they decided to cancel, or put on hold for now anyway, the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. But let's try and explain this. So, according to this series article thing that, was published like late last night for, UK peeps, two massive, independent sources have said that it's been put on hold. And all the crew that have been assembled in London have been sent home, and there's been no time frame that have been given for them, being sent home, and that the show has been down indefinitely. And it looks like that the Lucasfilm president, and obviously the producer of the film, Kathleen Kennedy, is not happy with the script. That does sound a little bit worrying, like it could be across either sides, and that the sources have said that the scripts will have to be reworked to hopefully reassemble this summer. But there's always a possibility that the time frame could shift. So, that article had a lot to say about Rise of the Skywalker that personally I thought was a pretty good Star Wars film. Not like one of the best, but I don't feel like a Star Wars movie would have had a massive impact on a Disney Plus series, because The Mandalorian, I haven't watched any of that yet. I know little bits of what happens because I don't have access to Disney Plus yet, but as soon as I do, as soon as it's out in my country, I will be watching it, and I'm really excited for that. But anyway, The Mandalorian absolutely smashed it on Disney Plus. It's like literally one of the most popular shows on that subscription service at the moment, and Obi-Wan is such a well-known Star Wars character, and Ewan McGregor really threw that character into a new audience, to be honest. Alec McGuinness, who was the actor in the original trilogy, he did a fantastic job as well. Sadly, he's not with us anymore, but he did a fantastic job as well. And I feel like with Ewan McGregor's performance in the Disney Plus series, I always imagined that he would have morphed into that Alec McGuinness character that we saw in the original trilogy. There's always been a distinct difference, but anyway, I went off on a little bit of a tangent there, but it looks like that we won't be getting any, news on this series for a while, and that's really worrying because that was one of the Disney Plus series I was really excited for. And if the Rise of the Skywalker, I get it's attracted some controversy because The Last Jedi really affected the development of that movie. People hate that movie, but then as soon as The Rise of the Skywalker is made, and they're trying to fix everything, but they've kind of retconned The Last Jedi, everyone's complaining. But, if that's really affected a standalone project, in a sense that it's set early in the timeline, then really, what is the point? Because, it's separate. It's set in a different era, but, I really hope that this doesn't get cancelled altogether, because, this is, a little bit less, frightening compared to all the other rumours that were circulating around it, but this is one of the biggest things from D23 last year, and it shows that Disney aren't 100% confident with the Star Wars license yet, and with what they've done so far, I admit personally, The Mandalorian was fantastic. Force Awakens I loved. Rise of Skywalker I really enjoyed, but I feel like with how they're trying to milk the franchise, trying to do anthology movies and everything like that, it could really have a downward effect on the franchise. So I don't know at this point. I'm not blaming Disney. I'm not blaming anyone, but why announce something when you're not happy with the script? I'm really disappointed about that. I was really looking forward to that Disney Plus series, and even if it ends up in development hell, it might end up taking 4 years to come out onto Disney Plus, and it could end up being shit. It's happened with video games. It's happened with movies. It could be awful, but yeah, I want to know what you guys think in the comments, and I might do a follow-up video on this, but I'm really disheartened. I really, really am. I really don't know what else to say, really, but see you all next time.